Hi, I'm Stephanie,
And I'm Yolinda.
and we are the Cozy Chicas. Welcome to our podcast where we talk about life, relationships, video games, and today we're going to talk about video games. You guys know last episode I talked about playing Tears of the Kingdom, one of my favorites. And now we're going to learn what Yolinda loves to play. So, Yolinda, what do you like to play these days?
Bloody stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I like playing a bunch of stuff. From PlayStation, Xbox. I do have a PC, but I haven't played much. And both Steph and I play a lot of Switch games. So right now, I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers really about any games because I don't know if you've played them or not. Right now, I'm playing Persona 3 Reloaded. It's an RPG game, right? It has a lot of storytelling. It's really good if you're into reading and into stories. It's turn based, so it's one of those games that you have to be pretty patient. But there's a lot of different kinds of games I do play, and Steph and I share several of them. For example, I know Steph loves Mario.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart. You got actually we were playing Mario Jamboree, the new party one.
Mm,
That game is stressful for a reason.
really?
Yeah. So Chris and I wanted to unlock the next level, right?
Yeah.
So he had me play, one on one with the CPUs, so with the computer, and I'm playing. And man, one of the characters, Rosalina, like took all my coins almost at the end. Like she risked 44 coins, and I had 44 coins. And then she ended up winning the Marvel game and the mini game by one, just by a little bit. And I lost my 44 coins, and she made 88 coins since then. Luckily, I already 4 stars. But I bet a lot of people can relate to, the game when you're just there, and then one of the CPUs just comes and takes one of your money or your stars. And for those who haven't played the game, like you win by with the amount of stars that you have,
Hmm.
right? That's how they declare the winner.
Steph got wrecked by a bot. No, those games are
Almost, but
long.
I defended myself towards the end. And I ended up getting another star. I had a good strategy, and I was able to get it back.
Would you say that's more like a party game?
Yeah, it's a party game. You can play with other players. I heard for the extension on the Switch now you can
Mhm.
do like up to 24 players or 20 players. Or is that Mario Kart and the Nintendo Switch? Oh, the Nintendo Switch
Mhm.
2 that's coming up. You can play up to 20 players online and things like that.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, because a lot of people like playing. I for one, it's a lot of fun. You can play, like long distance. Like
Mhm.
we have some dear friends of ours that live in Los Angeles, so when we had the chance, we'll play Mario Kart. Where they're racing literally in different states. The game brings people together, or the competitive side comes out.
Oh yeah, Steph. Would you say you're a sore loser or sore winner?
I mean, you win and you lose some, but I'm okay. At the end of the day, it is a game, but I do like to be a little bit competitive.
Yes.
I mean, it's no fun if you're not. There's no competition.
No, of course. It gets to me a bit, but mostly if I'm like playing by myself because I'm like, damn, that was my fault.
Yeah,
If someone wins, I'm like, they were just better than me.
and that's okay.
Nah.
You win some and lose some. Sometimes Chris, he wins. He does a lot better in the mini games because we're both very competitive, and then he'll get the mini game award. And I noticed when I was playing like on my own with the CPUs, I was getting the mini game award.
Oh my god, you're always getting attacked in that game. They're always stealing your stuff. I remember.
Yeah, yeah. But the other day was a good play, man. So in Jamboree, you can have a buddy, right?
Hmm.
So I was playing against. I did like a feminine kind of like round just to have fun with it. Most of the pink characters, like there was Toadette, Rosalina. I know she's not pink, but she's just feminine. I just didn't want to play with Daisy. Daisy's another story.
Oh, girl.
I was playing a game.
What?
I was playing a game with Chris, and Daisy kept taking all our stars and our money. She was after us, like
Steph
in
has
that.
beef with Daisy.
So I was like, and then she would take my man, which would be Luigi, because Chris plays Luigi or
Oh,
Link,
yes.
Luigi or Link in the game. So I'll be like,
The
man,
green ones.
yeah.
Oh, I guess he has a preference for
I
green
guess.
characters.
Well, he likes Luigi because he's like tall. He like from Luigi Mansion. He used
Hmm.
to play that game. So.
Oh, we didn't actually finish that game. We started it, right?
Oh yeah, Luigi Mansion. Yeah, we have to get
Yeah.
back to it. There's so
one's
many things that
good.
we haven't finished that we have to get done to finish, which I bet some people can relate out there. Like if you also deal with you start something and then you don't finish it, but then you have to remind yourself to hold yourself accountable.
That's me, guys.
It's a practice with time and just having someone that's responsible to like remind you, even if you forget to. That's why you have reminder apps on
I
your phone.
have some. Yo, this is off topic, but the other day I got an app. It's called Me Plus. It's basically a reminder app. And
And
I
it's
was
not
like,
sponsored, by the way, guys.
not sponsored, not sponsored. I was using it, reminders for like work, notes, drinking water, and I was ignoring the notifications because it notifies you. And then it's like, oh, if you want, we can just turn off the notifications if you're not using it. I'm like,
It's consequencing.
it's like, damn, no, I can't even, an app doesn't even work for me, but
That's why I have to write it down and have that too as a reminder. If I have important things I have to get done, just a reminder, 30 minutes. Or I say, Alexa, like, hey, remind me in 20 minutes or whatever for a certain thing. Because Alexa, stop. So that was a blooper. She has one here too.
yes, Steph is amazing with she who must not be named.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Oh, man. Bloopers, everybody. No.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry, guys. But, well, that's how it is. That's how it is.
So yeah, Mario Kart, Mario Jamboree Party. There's even Mario Wonder, So there's a lot of games. Mario's been like there forever. There's Super Nintendo, Super Mario World, right?
I don't
It's
know.
coming up in Orlando.
Oh.
Yeah, Super Mario World. Yeah.
You mean like in Universal?
In Universal Studios, it's opening in May. So not sponsored again, guys.
Not sponsored. Someone give us money to go.
But we're just excited because that's coming out. It's already open to some exclusive people that are actually like trying. Probably a lot of influencers or big fans or whole annual whole passers are like able to experience the park before the public. Because they have to see what the audience likes, and so far they've been rating it pretty well.
I want to go to what's it called, like Harry Potter
Wizarding World.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the Ministry of Magic. They have that
God.
now extension in Epic Universe that looks really good. They put like millions of dollars in the construction, so you can tell some of the attractions has AI, but it's just for the experience, elevated experience.
Definitely.
So
we should definitely go. By the way, guys, we're really big Harry Potter fanatics.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have a podcast about that too. I just saw on Jubilee, they're on YouTube, and they had a who's the biggest Harry Potter fan. You have to figure out who is not. Like, and if you can figure out who the mole is, then you can keep the money. If the mole is still there, then you don't win the money. The mole does, right? So people were testing out their Harry Potter fanness.
I'll wreck them all.
Did they read all the books? What's this and that? So they were doing questions like that, and like, what's your house and what's your Patronus?
Definitely.
Which I have to do a quiz. You have to send that to me.
Yes.
For the Patronus.
I'll resend you the link. Since we're talking about Hogwarts, let's talk about Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes.
So I played it when it came out, I believe in like 2022. I played it on the PS4 and it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. Freaking played the whole thing. Gryffindor. I love Sebastian. Not gonna spoil it, but I love Sebastian, guys. He's toxic. But yes, I did it all. I played as a Gryffindor. It's amazing. It's a very easy game as it prompts you to block attacks and all of that, and it's very detailed and extremely interactive.
The graphics, it's like you feel like you're there in time, like back in time with old magic.
It is. Well, it takes place in the past. It does. And actually Steph played it twice.
Yeah.
Two different versions. So can you tell me like what was different the second time you played it?
So the first time I played as a Gryffindor, because I'm definitely a Gryffindor at heart. Like I looked up to Harry Potter growing up. Like I'm just a big fan. Like all I wanted for Christmas was the first movie, which it was in VHS tape. So that's how you know how old I am. So yeah, I played as Gryffindor, and then I went to go ahead and I go, why not? I played as Slytherin just to give it a different perspective, kind of view. Obviously, like Slytherin house, they have more fancier, their chamber. I don't want to spoil it so much, but you'll see. And then like the characters, and then you just see from a Slytherin, they seek knowledge and power, and just
Mm,
becoming stronger, which I kind of relate with that. Like I think we can always grow, right, as
yes.
individuals. So no, but the game is great. Like yeah, I invested a lot of hours, but I didn't mind it. It was just so good. I'm so excited for they've been talking about Legacy Hogwarts Legacy 2. So
Mm.
and then I heard recently even an RPG game, like an online
Oh
game
my
as
god,
well.
I go crazy.
So yeah, so they're trying to see what project will come first. The tension. I know they did some updates on for like the online play.
Hmm.
Like they tested out where you can like customize. You can like instead of flying on a broom, you can fly on a vacuum or on a phoenix, or something different, or dragon, I think even, and you can customize your look a little bit more.
Yeah,
So
that's really good. I know in the PC you could have so many mods. People were doing a bunch of crazy stuff. Even modding the characters. Like Sebastian, I literally like everybody loves him. They were literally modding him to look older. I was like, okay. That's a that's a bit much.
they're trying to see a future look inside what he would look like older.
Exactly, exactly.
There was a funny glitch when I forget what profile, either Gryffindor or Slytherin, but there's a part of the game. I'm not gonna spoil what, but you have to pair up with the characters to do certain things. And there was a quest I had to do with Sebastian, and I'm coming up the stairs, and then his like avatar mod is like he's walking up, but then he glitches and he's just like stuck on the stairs, and I couldn't have him be unstuck because I needed him to get to the top of the part of the game wherever we were looking so we can continue on the adventure. But he was stuck. And I couldn't go anywhere and do anything continue because it literally was in the story. Like you can't continue if like the story
Mm.
doesn't continue.
You played it on the Switch.
Yeah, I played it on the
Yes.
Switch. I play on the Switch, yeah, because I don't have a PC setup or anything like that right now. So I just play on the Switch right now for any video games. And my husband has the Xbox One, so we were playing Kenya. It's another game.
Oh, I didn't know he had the Xbox.
Yeah, he has Xbox. Well, we don't. We're not really much Xbox players. We're more the Switch.
Yeah.
It's just a different feel. It just works better. I mean, I've been playing Nintendo DS for when I was in high school. Ten
Hmm.
Dogs.
Oh my
I used to
god.
love that game. I still have it. My poor dogs probably haven't been fed.
Oh my
It's
god.
been years. Like Tamagotchi too.
Oh, I love
I had Tamagotchi in
Tamagotchi.
middle school. It was a lot of fun. It was good to free time when you're done with work, with classwork or whatever. A typical nerd of me, I'd be like done quick and okay, what else do I do with my time?
Take out your Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi if I can play, or draw, whatever. Talk to my friends if I did, but anyway.
That's super cute though.
But
But
yeah,
now that you
games.
talk about Tamagotchi, that
Mm-hmm.
reminds me little Japanese games,
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon.
Pokemon, yes, Pokemon for sure. First Pokemon game played was green version, and Bulbasaur was my starter.
Nice. I played Sapphire. And I killed the legendary Pokemon and forgot to catch it. So, yep,
Oh, dang. I had a
exactly.
glitch a couple times and I almost and I was playing I think it was Diamond and Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing Diamond and I'm at the last match with the last trainer, to get the championships and everything. And it glitched, it froze, and it was about to determine the winner. I was at my last limb, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that!" And then it shut off.
Rage quit. Oh my
It
god.
it 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 popped, but then I was able to open the file again right there. Thankfully, my husband was there. He kept me calm because I was like, "Oh my gosh, I just did all this effort," and no, and then I was able to accomplish it and finish it. But it was like nerve wracking. I was like, I was just there. Or that brings me also flashback when I had to play Breath of the Wild, and I went against Ganon by mistake.
You told
I
me.
activated. I was
remember.
I was not ready because I didn't have the other, I didn't have strong weapons. I wasn't very strong. I just wasn't ready for Ganon at all, and I had to go through all of that, and I was all on my own because Chris wasn't there because I was just exploring that day, and I
Yeah.
ended up activating that part of the story. And what helped me survive was all the apples. I had a lot of
Oh
apples
my
to
god,
keep
you went
my.
crazy on that.
I had like 200 apples, and that helped me stay survived, and like with other like food items to keep me energized in the game for Link, so he wouldn't like pass away. I'd have to restart it all over again. But no, I made it. But then when I played in Tears of the Kingdom to go against Ganon, I was definitely way more prepared,
Yeah.
for that, and I knew not to trigger any of the storyline for that because I was like, I don't want to get stuck again.
I got stuck there and I had to go to my last save because I couldn't like teleport out of there.
I know you were telling me that, and I'm like, oh man, poor Linda. I just always thought of like how you couldn't advance in the game, like do a bunch of stuff. And I'm telling you, you gotta upgrade with the fairies.
I to
be strong. Okay,
so like I play the game and get obsessed and then drop it for months, play again, and then I kind of low key forget the controls, get at it again, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I have to do something for work, and then I abandon it. Guys, I have trouble committing to games, but I think there's only 2 games I've ever completed. Well, I mean Pokemon games. Diablo and Hogwarts Legacy, and Detroit Becoming Human. So Diablo 3, it's amazing, bro. I was obsessed. 3 and 4, completely obsessed, and it's one of those games that you can play with someone else, co-op, or just right next to each other, right? And it's interesting at first. You can pick your class or whatever kind of character you want to be, but it quickly gets your character a little bit OP. So you're just usually switching around, like OP, like overpowered. Um, Also, I don't know. I don't feel like a lot of reviewers have probably played Dark Souls. It's a very different kind of game. It's like it says, like pretty dark, kind of medieval vibes, but that's probably like one of the hardest games I've played, and I never finished it. I got stuck on the spider boss. But if you guys want a real challenge, I would definitely play Dark Souls. That one you do solo, you can have people come like visit you and whatnot, invade you, I guess. One that I've been telling Steph to play is Detroit Becoming Human. Okay, so Detroit Becoming Human, I played this years ago. Basically, maybe it's what's gonna happen in real life, but society has androids. Obviously, they're smarter than people. And it's based off of these 3 main androids. You have Marcus, who ends up being the leader of a rebellion for the androids. You have Connor, who's a prototype designed to be a cop. Basically, what would you say? He enforces human law.
Okay.
And then you have the only other woman in it, which is Kara. She's an android as well, and she's a housemaid, kind of like a babysitter.
Oh, okay. Like a nanny.
Exactly.
Okay.
She's a nanny. So Marcus and Connor's story intertwined, since one is a rebel and you have the law enforcer. Like they're gonna meet. They're gonna have something to do with each other.
Yeah.
And the one that got to me the most was the one with Kara. So I'm not gonna spoil it because it's something that you don't have to be good at playing games to play this, but it's a game based on choice. So you can either
okay, like an interactive, like whatever choice you make,
exactly
it causes the storyline.
There's several different endings.
Okay.
There's a bunch of different endings. Your character could kind of go evil, could go good, and mine's went evil, of course.
It so happened to go that way.
It so happened to go that way.
You gotta find the light in the darkness, right?
No, because
to correct it.
The thing I've noticed when I play these kinds of games, I tend to do what I wouldn't do in real life.
Well, that's what games are. I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of like jump into a reality. Like that's why we like. I don't know if you could agree with Harry Potter because it's a magical world. You would like to be in a magical world. With all this, like imagine waving your wand and then all your dishes start to get cleaned, or or change your outfit instantly.
No, of course. But what I mean in this game, there's a lot of decisions that you're like, damn, that is wrong to choose. And then you'll choose the wrong one.
Well, at least good you have a conscience. You know what's
I
good
mean,
and bad.
of course. But I was choosing the wrong ones just because I'm curious. Like,
to see what it, and
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy is kind of that way too. Sometimes what choices you make, it will differentiate the storyline too.
Slightly, but this
Depending,
one,
yeah.
but Detroit is completely based off of your decisions.
Mm.
So it's a bunch of different kind of endings. I guess now that we're talking about decisions, I did mention that I was playing Persona 3. That one has a lot of psychology in it. I would say it's the one with the least, but let's say that I'm not going to spoil it. Also, I haven't even finished it. But it has to do with the collective unconscious, basically, what everybody technically has in the back of their mind. That dives a bit deep into this famous psychologist, Carl Jung. But if you're really into that, I would play Persona. It has shadow enemies, and if you know anything about Carl Jung, he does talk about your shadow. But aside from that stuff, are there any mobile games that you play?
Well, there's a mobile game that I was playing, Township. What it is, you create your own town. Because growing up, I my first computer, I was like in middle school. So any games I would play, for economic reasons, were only PC games.
Mm-hmm.
So I would play a lot of tycoon games, create my own amusement park or zoo and stuff like that. I like building things from scratch, right? And create the design for it and all that. So with Township, it's a mobile game. Like you can create your own town, you have your own farm, but you have to do multiple hats because you have to take care of the zoo. You got all the factories, and it just grows. So and like a lot of mobile games, they're always throwing out at you with ads like, oh, you want to advance, buy $2 or $3 of so and so, and I'm just like, no. So to this day, I haven't bought anything for the game. Just I play with whatever that I can do for free.
Yeah.
And I have to kind of not distract myself and say, okay, no, I'm not gonna play that. I gotta go do stuff. Maybe later if I remember, I'll play. And then mobile games, another one that when I had a lot of time to do it was Pokemon Go. Ironically, my husband plays that a lot, and when we were dating, I hadn't played in a while. It was on to him that he was like, hey, you have to level up, so he was helping me level up. So level 38 now. When I met him, I was level, I don't know, 16, I think it was. And he was close to 22 or something like that.
And he still plays, right?
And he still plays, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but Pokemon Go, I remember that took a lot of my time. And then even at our university, I noticed when that game came out,
yes,
people would come, and that was happening to a lot of places, like universities or parks. You just see a group of people.
Oh my
But
god.
that could be a whole episode in itself, our journey with Pokemon Go, and how that community is with it. I was involved in that community back in my hometown. People would come together and play it, and even would play up here north too with groups. When my husband and I were dating, I would go with his friends, and I'll introduce him to the group of Pokemon down here. I love there, so I'll be meeting people. Yeah, I just found out one of my cousins, she plays Pokemon Go, so we just sent a request. I'm like, okay, I'm actually one level up more from her, so that's okay. I know she posted she needed some time to play some more, so I just don't have time for that.
Oh my god.
I need to prioritize. Yeah, you gotta have your splurge, of things that you like. But yeah, so those are only the two games I really will play, because it also takes a lot of space. These mobile games.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I'd rather play that if I can on my iPad, preferably, than on my phone, because on my phone I already have a lot of things to track and manage, and that's just another thing I don't want to keep track of right now.
I totally get you. I really had to delete some stuff because I couldn't even use WhatsApp because my memory was so messed up.
I know, but that's another topic for another day, iPhones and Androids and all these things.
Oh. No, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, with games, yeah.
Yeah. I have I forgot what it was called. I was like trying to look up the name, but I was obsessed with this app. It's a game. It's like a tower defense kind of game where you're basically just protecting your kingdom. I was obsessed.
Civilizations or something?
No, that's a different game.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name. It's an app, right?
Mm-hmm.
I played that game for like 2 years, and I actually made friends with people in that game for real.
Oh, yeah, even in Township you can send requests.
No, like I was like, I played it with my brother
Mhm.
because he's obsessed with games as well.
Mhm.
And I remember we joined an alliance, right? Or a clan, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And we ended up joining some people from like, I don't know if it was Ohio. It was people that were working at some car dealership.
They were playing?
They were playing,
oh.
and their manager, their supervisor was like the head of the guild.
Oh.
Of like the clan thing, and it was like legit. I was like, oh my god, these
Well-
are real people.
Well, maybe in those rural eras, I mean, to pass the time, maybe that's why they were playing, and they're all together and they're like something common. So
Yeah, no, it
imagine
was
waiting for a
interesting.
customer all day and no one comes. So that's a way to pass the time. And if your boss is cool with that, well, that's pretty cool. Kudos to that.
No, it was fine.
Yeah.
Back then, it was like a bunch of, I was like maybe like 20 or something. And it was like these 40, 30-year-olds playing. And it's just like my little brother, he's like 15 at the time. And we're just like, oh my God, these are real people.
That reminds me from like Henry Cavill, like the actor of Superman.
Yes.
The old Superman, because now he's gonna be replaced, unfortunately. He'll always be my Superman. But he plays also action figures and all this type of, he's a big gamer too. Yeah. So back to the podcast.
And it was interesting because you were just talking about how you don't spend any money, right? So in this game,
oh yeah, in the games, yeah.
Yes, in this game, you buy shields to protect your kingdom because, girl, like these were events. Like people, like if it's Christmas, you better have your shield up because people are gonna be attacking you, knowing you're not gonna be on your phone.
Oh,
I remember being with my brother on Christmas Eve and
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, glued to my phone, being like, "They're raiding, they're raiding, they're raiding."
wow.
Oh my god, the loot drop, go get it, go gather.
And imagine your parents hearing this, like, what's going on?
No, they would just tell us like
Uh.
at night, just like to shut up, honestly. They would just tell us to shut up, but that game was so good, and the supervisor, the manager,
At that place, at the dealership.
yeah, the
Uh-huh.
guy in the game, he was the head of the guild, the clan. I don't remember what it was called. He dropped so much money. I know this dude dropped hundreds of dollars in the game, bro. Like he was.
Well, I know for the Pokemon Go, same thing for the players. Like when there would be raids, like big events, like they wouldn't mind dropping $5.99 for like just to get gear or items, so they could raid all day,
No,
or
like, I was.
or do these battles.
I
They
was
would
deep
pay.
into the game. We had roles assigned. We would
Mhm.
have like, okay, you're the scout, you're the recruiter, you're the mediator. Like I would literally have to go. They could capture your character, your hero who boosts your stats for your kingdom, right?
Mhm.
Production, resources, army, and whatnot. And then so I would have to go talk to our enemies and be like, yo, like release release this person, please don't execute them.
Wow, for the game.
Yeah, and they'll be like, okay, you want us to release him, then you need to give us these tiles of resources. If we see you on that tile, you're getting killed.
Wow, so
That game was like for real. I
Very
promise
brutal.
you.
I mean, for everything, everyone has their hobbies or things that they're passionate about. Like people with Dungeons and Dragons, Pokemon, even people who knit. Like people have their things that they love about. You know, get passionate about it.
Mhm. No, I was
Invested.
invested. I have it somewhere on my phone. Like I offloaded it because
So would you play it again?
I would play it again a billion more times. Like I was in it because the people became real.
Yeah.
You know, they
Like
were
something to connect on.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you have a chat in the
It's
thing.
a community. It's a
is.
community, right? The gamer community in itself is a community.
Mhm.
You know, and people who are
Depends
in
where
the,
you're at.
yeah, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make a difference because if depending where you're at, you know, you might find people who like the same things, or you might find people who are just like, nah, I don't want to hear about it, you know, kind of attitude.
Hmm.
You know, so yeah, it's to find people who have the same passion for it, you know.
It is like I get extremely excited. It's hard, but I just mainly got into it because of my brother and stuff like that. But once you're really into games like this, like there's no getting out unless you really don't have time, which is what happens to me. But I hope to find the time. Like I literally just started Persona, probably have 2 hours in. need to need to get on it.
You gotta pace yourself. That's what you can do. You know, I'd say, unless I used to tell my students that would play video games a lot, and I used to work the nonprofit, like let my students know, like, hey, okay, do your homework. If you do it now, then you can reward yourself with like an hour, watch your favorite show, or play some video games. You know, but put a timers. You know, have a set of responsibilities for yourself. Hold yourself accountable.
That's true. I mean,
It's not easy. It's like a habit, you know. It's not easy. It's gonna take you time to learn this new habit instead of like, or that set of discipline, you know.
yes. I mean, for some people, I know it helps them relax. Like for me, I can't ever play for just 1 hour. Like if I'm gonna play, I need to make sure that my work is done because I'll sit there for 3 to 5 hours.
Yeah,
I
because
have
you would.
immersed.
Yeah, of course, you get immersed, and you're like, okay, there's so much to do. Like I picked up playing Breath of the Wild just recently again, and my goal right now is to obtain the level where I'm fighting a gold Lionel, which is the hardest stat to defend yourself against a Lionel. I go through like the silver Lionels, no problem. Like I've been battling those things over and over
Oh my
again.
god.
And Breath of the Wild is a lot harder than Tears of the Kingdom because at least Tears of the Kingdom you have like your upgrades, which and you have your your co PCs that help you out, the other warriors to help you out.
Hmm.
So that like the two difference between those two. But yeah, and I was like, oh, I want to play for an hour, Breath of the Wild. I said an hour and a half, and then I ended up playing like 2 hours. So I get it. But the thing is, I had that time set aside to be able to do that. You know, I had everything done what I needed to get done, and then I played that um, as a reward for myself for all the work that I just did.
Yeah, I mean, 2 hours is nothing. You're good.
Yeah. But what was funny is that I started, with one task and then ended up going to find the dragons to upgrade the DDD outfit, which by luck I got the torso of the outfit, which by luck you can get it by amiibo, you know. And I got lucky. I've been waiting weeks for that chance, and I got lucky. So I went and upgraded that. So that distracted me. I didn't expect that. Sometimes you can play games. Sometimes you encounter like special moments or like things like, whoa, I didn't know I could, get that item or that upgrade, or I didn't know that happened in the story of the game, So you can, discover some pretty cool stuff or something you've been working towards and you finally achieve it. It's like an awesome feeling.
Yeah, no, it's good, especially when you do a puzzle game. You do feel an accomplishment.
Yeah, I think it's like that instant like gratification you can get like with games. You can get.
Depending on the game, because some of them
Yeah.
take forever for you to feel anything. You're just like, oh my god, you're grinding.
Yeah, definitely. But so yeah, we got mobile games we've talked about today on this episode. We talked about PC games, Switch, memories of why we started playing these games.
Yeah, we could go on forever. I mean, at least I can, but this has to end at some point, guys.
Yeah, we're actually at 30, almost at 35 minutes with our podcast, but it's been fun. So yeah, so I don't know, Yolanda, if you have anything else you want to share, any tips, any people who want to become a gamer, or any games that you're about to do
Oh yeah,
in
I mean,
order.
like you don't become a gamer, you just play a game and have fun. That's just how it is. And it doesn't matter what you play as long as it's something you enjoy. You don't have to play what everybody else is playing.
That's true. That's true.
Just enjoy yourself. And also, you guys should let us know, what are you playing right now? What are your favorite games?
Yeah. Any recommendations?
What are you looking forward to? What do you play on PC, Xbox, PS4, Switch,
Oh yeah,
Steam?
I forgot to mention Spiritfarer. That's a good game too. So that's something you guys can look into. We'll talk about in our next maybe cozy games we can talk about.
Yeah. Part 2 or something later in the future, guys. Oh my god. Reminder, Reddit stories on games about sabotaging games.
Sabotaging?
Yes,
Okay.
that's a good one.
All right. Duly noted, everyone. Our listeners, thank you for tuning in to our episode for today. So wherever you may be, may you have a cozy day or cozy night.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.